Over the next, I call it 3 to 6 months, we're going to be putting together a strategic process to identify what our shared vision is and what our jobs goal is. So we're partnering with a consulting firm, Deloitte, who's going to be coming in and helping us kind of do that, thinking about that vision for the region. And you heard me share earlier that we're the action group, so why are we kind of coming together to do a plan? So my answer to that would be just being the action group doesn't preclude that we do a little bit of thinking first to make sure that the actions we're taking are the right ones, and we need to be engaging the region in that conversation, because at the end of the day, when we're thinking about what are the jobs of the future that we want, what industries are they in, where are they going to go throughout this region, and when do we want to achieve them? At the end of the day, you have to set a goal and, measure yourself against that goal. So long way of saying that strategic process is going to be a place in which we're going to be engaging the community in a lot of different ways. So if you're interested, reach out to us in the short term so that we can be including you and your perspective in that process. And then I would expect the plan to be finalized in the fall, and that will end up being kind of the strategic guide for the region. So once we set, hey, we want so many jobs of such and such industry by this date, we're also going to be kind of layering on to that, and Deloitte will be helping us do this. What's the governance model, and how do we work together to achieve it? So who's doing what, and how, and when, and what are the agreements and the partnerships for what that looks like? All of that will be public, but there'll be engagements on the development of that. That's where we want the region coming together to be bought in and contributing to the shared plan that will then kind of guide us into the future. I think what would be interesting to know, and I don't know the answer, is because I know we, per capita, we have one of the most saturated nonprofit areas in the nation, I believe. I think it's like us and Boulder that compete for that title, is how well the nonprofit community organizes with each other, or if there are just a lot of nonprofits, that are individual. Because the answer is yes, we want to be engaging the nonprofit community, but is there a way in which we can, create better infrastructure and a system for how they could plug in as a collaborative, similar to the Coalition of Chambers? I would say if there's folks in the audience who are, nonprofit leaders wanting to look at what that would be, you should send us an email so we can talk together about what that might look like.